Good evening. It is 9 o'clock, top of the hour, and you're just right on time for the latest update in the Great Republic of 524 and of course beyond the borders. Remember, we have much and more lined up for you, but first thing first, our top stories tonight. Tonight, we have no objection. Registrar of Political Parties confirm Hassan Omar as the new UDA Secretary General. The return of Linda Mama. The government is set to reintroduce Linda Mama program with expanded benefit for expectant mothers. Also tonight, come home or run for safety. Kenya issue warning to Kenyans in Lebanon as tension of border conflict boils. Plus, hail the Queen. Beatrice Chebet dethrones Sifan Hassan, wins her first Olympic gold in 5,000 meters.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Right, I'm in safe pair of hands of Evans Odhiambo as our sign language interpreter tonight. Remember, you can follow this broadcast on all of our social media platform. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Auma Evans. Remember to use the hashtag State of the Nation. So tonight we begin our bulletin with the latest. The Registrar of Political Parties, Anne Deritu, has confirmed Hassan Omar as the new Secretary General of the United Democratic Alliance Party, or if you prefer the acronym UDA. This decision follows the removal of Cleophas Malala, who had been serving as UDA Secretary General in acting capacity since February 2023. Victor Washira starts us off tonight.
Hassan Omar is officially the acting Secretary General of the United Democratic Alliance. This follows the dismissal of former Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala on Friday as UDA National Executive Committee held a tentative meeting and appointed the party's Vice Chairperson, Hassan Omar, as confirmed by the Registrar of Political Parties, Anne Deritu. Some party members had called for Malala's removal, accusing him of undermining the party's progress and the board-based government led by party leader President William Ruto and ODM counterpart Raila Odinga. Tensions escalated last week when supporters of Malala and self-proclaimed Secretary General Joe Kalende clashed, leading to an altercation and injuries. This incident prompted top party's officials to convene the NEC meeting. UDA stated that Malala's dismissal was decided after thorough and consultative discussions about the party's recent issues. UDA has been urged to address the matter of interim officials and to hold grassroots elections within 6 months to resolve the problem of current officials serving in an interim capacity. As a result, UDA also committed to making additional changes in the party's governance and administrative procedures to expedite its agenda and create a more participative and consultative organization. Becky Massey, Primetime News.
All right, apart from political squabbles, now let's talk about some sign of hope, if indeed the promise will see the light of the day. Now, the government is set to reintroduce an enhanced version of Linda Mama program, and as Jael Nyabuto explains in the following report, the program will make a comeback with expanded benefits for expectant mothers and the completion of public participation, which is expected to further refine the program.
I want to confirm it's coming back bigger and better, because we are a listening government. We are a listening ministry. we hear, and what we go to is public participation. When people tell us this is what we want, then it is packaged together. So Linda Mama is coming back.
Expectant mothers are now filled with excitement and relief as the Linda Mama program that was initiated by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta in June 2013, aiming to alleviate the financial burden on women, is back. Public Health and Professional Standards Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni confirmed that the program will ensure comprehensive coverage for all delivery needs under the Social Health Insurance Fund.
We'll take care of prenatal care, we'll take care of normal delivery, we'll take care of cesarean delivery, and we'll also take care of the newborn care. And equally, if there are complications, if a mother has complications, then we will extend the same for that. So the package is bigger and it is much better than what the ladies used to, or the women used to have.
Muthoni also said that the Linda Mama will be a key pillar of the Social Health Insurance Fund, specifically dedicated to expectant mothers with its own budget, and this enhanced program will ensure that members do not have to pay out of pocket for any needs.
The exchequer and the social health insurance will cover everybody. It is for us now who are in it's the Social Health Authority that will be able to equalize the funds in terms of which one goes to Linda Mama and what goes to she.
This is considered a success following the demands made by the female members of Parliament to President William Ruto, urging him to sack the former Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nahumicha for allegedly abandoning pregnant women, especially during the doctor strike period. Kenyans, on the other hand, had made several appeals to the government for them to ensure the return of the Linda Mama program by including it in the budget. Nyabuti Jael, KUTV.
Tilting lens to diplomatic ties. Now, Kenya and China are set to strengthen their business ties in a bid to boost both nations' economic prosperity. This is through the alignment of both countries' policies and goals and strengthening partnerships, especially with the private sectors and the joint technical teams that are coordinated by the two countries' foreign ministries.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has affirmed Kenya's commitment in increasing the business community base between Kenya and China. Speaking during the meeting with Chinese business community in Kenya, Mudavadi expressed Kenya's commitment to keep strengthening ties with China since independence. This is ahead of the highly awaited Forum on China-Africa Cooperation (FOCAC) in Beijing.
Let me extend my appreciation to the PS Singoe and Ambassador Pinjian for organizing this meeting. It affirms the commitment of our two friendly countries to working closely together and implementing the Kenya-China joint vision for building a closer community with a shared future and institutionalization of joint technical teams.
The relations between Kenya and China have been ongoing for 60 years now, since Kenya gained independence. Upon invitation by the President of China, Xi Jinping, President Ruto visited Beijing in October 2023. The visit led to a follow-up visit by Mudavadi.
As you are aware, Kenya and China established diplomatic relations at the dawn of our independence in 1963, and in November 2023, we celebrated 60 years of solid cooperation in our strategic partnership. The 60th anniversary celebrations were preceded by a high-level visit to Beijing by His Excellency President William Ruto.
Both governments have joint technical teams that are coordinated by the two countries' foreign ministries. The teams work together to ensure implementation of the joint mission of ensuring sustainable development as outlined in Kenya's Vision 2030 agenda.
The joint technical teams coordinated by the Ministries of Foreign Affairs have made considerable progress, including reporting on their activities for the first quarter. They also held a retreat at the Huawei regional offices in which stakeholders in the ICT sector participated.
The goal of these interactions is to ensure both countries share common economic goals ahead of the September FOCAC discussions that are always scheduled once every 3 years. Elsie Nyangor, KUTV.
Thank you, Elsie, for that. Now let's talk about numbers for a bit, shall we? The withdrawal of the controversial Finance Bill of 2024 created 344 billion shillings deficit in the country's revenue. To bridge this gap, the National Treasury had reduced its budget by 177 billion shillings from 4 trillion to 3.8 trillion. Our very own Songoro Masi Maira unpacks the expected way forward into Kenya's budget financing.
The withdrawal of the Finance Bill 2024 by President William Ruto left the country with the option of using the Finance Act 2023. However, the Court of Appeal rendered the Finance Act 2023 unconstitutional, null and void for failing to consider the views of the public on various sections. Kenyans are now expected to brace up for an even tough economic time since the government is now faced with the difficulty of raising nearly 300 billion Kenyan shillings to finance the national budget. On 5th July 2024, President Ruto announced several belt-tightening measures to seal the budget hole left after the withdrawal of the controversial Finance Bill 2024. As compared to 346 billion in the proposed budget by the National Assembly, Ruto stated that there will be a budget cut of 177 billion Kenyan shillings.
The consequence of withdrawing the finance bill is the reduction of our revenue targets by 346 billion.
In the supplementary appropriation bill, which was assented to by the head of state on Monday, critical expenditures were safeguarded, including about 20 billion Kenyan shillings to support farmers and enhance production and productivity despite the fiscal constraints. Besides, the new act proposes a reduction in recurrent and development expenditure for the three arms of government, constitutional commissions, and independent offices, as the allocation to the Ministry of Health was reduced by 6.9 billion Kenyan shillings. Just like President Ruto warned, the withdrawal of the controversial Finance Bill 2024 will push the country to borrowing 1 trillion to keep the government running, hence dragging the country back 2 years. According to Ruto, the extra taxes on Finance Bill 2024 were supposed to raise about 350 billion Kenyan shillings, while about 600 billion Kenyan shillings were going to be borrowed. Songoro Masimaira, KUTV.
All right, let me take you to Lebanon. As tension escalates in the Middle East, Kenya has issued warning to its citizens living in Lebanon amidst fears of broader conflict. Through its Foreign Affairs Ministry, Kenya has issued an urgent call for its citizens in Lebanon to either relocate to safer areas within the country or evacuate entirely. Here is KUTV's Abdis Ahmed Mohamud with the details.
As the Middle East faces heightened tensions, Kenya has stepped up its efforts to evacuate citizens from Lebanon. Lebanon has become a significant destination for Kenyan workers, particularly females employed in domestic roles. A 2022 International Labour Organization report noted an increase in the Kenyan workforce in Lebanon, and a recent deal in October 2023 saw an additional 1,500 Kenyans move to the country. The decision to evacuate Kenyans from Lebanon comes amid rising fears of widespread conflict following Iran's vow to retaliate against Israel for the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. According to Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, the assassination was a dangerous development in Israeli politics and expected to prolong the war on Gaza. The Chinese embassy in the Lebanese capital, Beirut, also issued a statement telling its citizens to travel to the country with caution, citing a grim and complex security situation. As the situation continues to develop, the government is calling on the Kenyan diaspora to help spread this crucial information. Abdul Samad Mahmoud, KUTV.
Right, now we are taking a very short break here on KUTV Primetime News. Remember, plenty more to follow after the break.
Kaunti maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
My name is Petri. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the Cafe project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Eva Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Good people, welcome back and thank you for choosing to stay with us. Now let's move on. A family in Kilifi is mourning the death of a 21-year-old youth who tragically lost his life in Kilifi, Magarini sub-county after being run over by sand-laden lorry. Jackson Mandegwa's body was later taken to Malindi sub-county hospital mortuary, as Doris Chalo now reports.
In a tragic incident early today morning at Moi village in Kilifi County, Magarini sub-county, a 21-year-old youth Jackson Karisa Mwandegwa lost his life after being run over by a sand-laden lorry. Jackson had just finished helping to load the lorry with building sand at the Moi sand mines in Sabaki ward when the accident occurred. Witnesses at the scene recounted the horrifying moment when they desperately attempted to save him, but unfortunately he was already lifeless. Malindi Sub-County Police Commander Wilmont Mwakio confirmed the details of the incident, giving a brief explanation of the incident's occurrence. He also noted that similar incidents have been occurring and that the government should intervene and help in finding solutions to the menace.
Gari ilikuwa imejaa mchanga, ilikuwa inaondoka, yeye alikuwa upande wa pili akitaka kuruka pande juu ya gari. Akakosa stairs na akaingia ndani ya tairi, akanyagwa na kufa. Kumekuwa na ripoti nyingi hasa vijana kufunikwa na mchanga, kitu ambacho tungeomba pia serikali ituangalie.
In addition, the area village elder Kitao Kapala has urged Kilifi County government to equip sand harvesters with efficient mining tools, stressing the importance of safety measures to prevent future accidents. He also emphasized the need for harvesters to exercise extreme caution while working to avoid such devastating losses.
Naomba vijana wakati wakiwa wanaendeleza shughuli zao wawe makini, wawe na uangalifu. Japokuwa hasara ni hasara, lakini tujaribu kuavoid. Na ningeomba hata kama serikali ingepata kuna usaidizi wa kuleta vitu vya kusaidia kuepuka hili janga, ingekuwa vizuri sana.
Jackson's body was later taken to the Malindi Sub-County Hospital mortuary, where a post-mortem examination is expected to be conducted, while the lorry involved in the accident has been towed to the Malindi police station for inspection. Doris Chalo, KUTV.
Right, from Kilifi County to Kiambu. Senior Chief Magistrate Stella Atambo has ordered parties involved in the troubled Thika-based land-selling company, Lesedi Developers, to make settlement reports before the end of next week. This comes after it had emerged that 129 of the 140 complainants had fully transacted within Lesedi Developers for the Mudhara Green project. Let's get more from our very own Brian Tobiko.
A magistrate court in Thika has directed all parties involved in the Lesedi Developers case, a problematic land-selling company, to submit settlement reports by the end of next week. The court pronouncement comes after the discovery of 129 of the 140 claimants having been found fully transactional for the Mudhara Green project.
Hii Friday wa conclude hiyo, wanasema verification juayo amesema kwake out of 140 129 wako smart, wako sawa. So defense washikane na IO because haisi kwa anasema pesa iliingia na hao wanasema records haziko clear. Ni nini haiko clear?
She also instructed that the attorneys and investigating officers hold an in-meeting at the Directorate of Criminal Investigation headquarters, where they are to meet and discuss and finalize the subdivision of the land by priority order, as well as to identify an alternative piece of land to accommodate any excesses.
Jambo la kwanza, ile verification ambayo defense wamesema, wakili wameshtakiwa, wawe wamemaliza na ayo akiongea hivi, wawe wanazungumza the same language. Jambo la pili, wapeane ile parcel ambayo wanataka, ambayo itakuwa alternative kwa wale wamebaki, tunaita spillovers, ili pia mawakili waweze kuiangalia na kuidiscuss. Jambo la tatu, subdivision itafanywa na kulingana na hiyo block 40 na itafanywa in order of priority.
The court has the title deed in its custody and is awaiting the parties involved to complete their verification by 9th of August. The matter will be heard before the courts for further directions on the 15th of August. Brian Tobiko, KUTV.
Right, thank you, Brian Tobiko, for that comprehensive reporting. Now, abortion is restricted in Kenya, but in Kilifi County on the southern coast, many women and girls with unplanned pregnancies say they have no choice but to undergo dangerous abortion without the intervention of a nurse or a doctor. Local activists say they hope to change this. Halima Gongo reports.
Mercy Katana says she became pregnant when she was still in secondary school. She says her boyfriend refused to support her and her parents refused to accept her, so she had no other option except to undergo an abortion without the help of a medical expert.
Kutulia pale nyumbani kwa sababu wazazi wangu nawajua tayari.
I couldn't do it at home because I know my parents are strict. I traveled to Mombasa and didn't use anything from the hospital. Instead, I used the traditional method. I made a concoction of soda and local herbs. When I drank it, it caused bleeding. After a while, some discharge came out, but not everything came out. So I had to go to the hospital.
Health practitioners like Mwanakarama Athman Mohammed say Mercy is lucky. Not all women who perform unsafe abortion make it to the hospital.
And you get somebody, maybe the uterus has rotten, gets a condition called septicemia. Septicemia is a very severe state of the sepsis, and most of the time when it goes to the bloodstream, it has to go all through the body, even to the brain. Now we get mortality.
Abortion is illegal in Kenya unless the mother's health is in danger. But doctors estimate that nearly 500,000 abortions each year take place in Kenya, the majority of them unsafe. Leila Abdul Khair Isaac is the Chief Executive Officer at the Youth Voices in Action Initiative, a women's reproductive health advocacy group. She says there are too many stories like Katana's and says the group wants to help young women dealing with unplanned pregnancies to make better decisions.
Women and girls, most of them, they don't have information on reproductive health. We also provide information of the abortion complications, the post-abortal care, and the issues of the patient's rights, like their rights in terms of them to access reproductive health services.
The group trained skilled hair braider Emily Nasubo to talk to clients about reproductive health. She says the heartbreaking stories of women and girls going through painful abortions motivated her to support the initiative.
This program aids in educating and developing them intellectually. They learn self-awareness and self-care strategies. Even when they are in doubt, they come back for support and guidance.
In the past 6 months, Kilifi County Referral Hospital recorded at least 500 cases of post-abortion treatment. Kennedy Miriti coordinates the hospital's reproductive health program. He says the death rate among pregnant women in Kenya is very high.
We are also exploring on what are these causes of maternal mortalities that we have not identified that are causing all those mortalities out there. And definitely abortion is one of them.
Doctors estimate that roughly 7 women and girls die every day in Kenya due to unsafe abortion, and thousands more are hospitalized.
We take yet another short break here on KUTV Primetime News. Up next, Sport News.
Imagine a world where you are empowered to take charge of your health, where you are well informed about the latest advancements in healthcare and understand the policies that impact your well-being. Get ready to take charge of matters your health as we bring you a blend of weekly health features that engage professionals from across various medical fields.
When do you decide as a patient, do I need to go see the doctor? We are at a stage where we are seeing all this manner of chronic illnesses and we wait until we get a disease and then is when we go ahead.
From the most mundane to the complexities that perhaps seem overwhelming, we got you covered.
In terms of the factors that might be attributed, there are hereditary factors that means it could be genetic, so that's one factor. But there are other factors as well, like nutritional deficiencies. So some vitamins such as folate have been identified to be a factor in those. So
our mission is to break down intricate health topics into understandable and actionable insights. Join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Wednesday 9 p.m. on KUTV's News at 9, where your health is our priority.
Solution to an
possessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
All right, let's get the latest in the world of sports. Now, Kenya's sensation Beatrice Chebet won Kenya her first gold medal in the 5,000 meters race after beating Faith Kipyegon, who was disqualified before successfully appealing for alleged fault on Gaddafi Tisegei and Sifan Hassan, who finished second and third respectively. In the women's 800 meters race, Kenya Mary Moraa finished third in a race won by British Kelly Hodgkinson. Kenya is set to hunt for more medals tonight in the women's 3,000 meters steeplechase and the men's 1,500 meters finals. And now the former world javelin champion Julius Yego is through to the finals after an impressive show in the javelin qualification round earlier today. Yego qualified for the Olympic Games through world ranking, managed to throw 85.97 meters, which is a season best in his last attempt, booking a slot for the finals after emerging second behind Germany's Julian Weber, who threw 87.76 meters. Jakob Vandlavich of Croatia came third after throwing 85.63 meters. At the same time, world 15 meters champion Faith Kipyegon bounced back to lead Kenya in the 15,000 meters semi-finals after finishing fourth to qualify for the semi-finals, while Nelly Chepchirchir won the third heat to ease her way to the semi-finals, rescheduled for Thursday night. And now the Kenya Police Bullets FC cancelled their trip to Uganda due to security concerns in Kampala, occasioned by anti-government protests. The trip was part of the Team Kenya's preparation ahead of the busy Sekafa CAF Women Champions League qualifiers set for August 17th in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. The Beldin Odemba-led charge will now pitch camp in Ngong Hills until August 12th, when they will fly to Ethiopia for the tournament. Well, good people, it's a wrap, and many thanks for the men and women behind the scene and for all those who made this production a success. My good name is Auma Evans. Evans Odhiambo has been our sign language interpreter tonight. Until next time, do have a lovely night. God bless Kenya.